today, and today's my early day. Tater had that makeup test that we were studying for last night. That's why I didn't get back on at all. The second I came home, Derek was studying with him because I had mentioned to him, I said, you know, he's got work to do that would help me out if, you know, I didn't have to do it at 7:30 at night. So when I got home, they were reviewing for social studies, not for science, which was science was first thing this morning, and social studies is not till tomorrow. So I'm like, way to go. And he's like, you should have been more clear. I'm like, Tate knew what he had to do. My fault, right? So he preheated the oven and I put the casserole in, and it was about 30 minutes. So Tate and I spent the time it was cooking working on science. And like, I'm not too sure he's gonna be, he didn't seem to know this as well as he did the previous unit. It was on cell like ATP and diffusion and osmosis and lots of stuff. And it was a lot of information, and we did a lot of reviews and that his teacher had said, but also frustrating, like he did a few assignments and the answers were wrong, but she didn't tell him which ones were wrong. So it's kind of hard to study from if you don't have the right answers. So we spent some time looking that shit up. And you guys, as a scientist even, I didn't know some of the answers. Like, I don't remember that shit. So frustrated again, and he can't read his handwriting, so we couldn't like use his notes because shit, I couldn't understand it. But we worked on it. I think he'll do better than what he did before, but I don't know if it's going to be good enough, really. And you're only allowed one retake, but I don't think that's true with his 504 plan. But I will reach out to the lady and ask her, because I do believe he has unlimited retakes, but I'm not really sure about that. So I sat in my sweat because I was dripping after yoga. Michelle had to walk out 3 times. So I'm really proud of myself, because I look over a couple times and like her form was just atrocious because she hasn't done it in so long, you know. And then Chrissy couldn't do all the stuff the girl was saying either. And then the teacher shouted me out once. She was like, very good, Sarah. And then she even tried to show me like this humble warrior move, because she could see that I probably could do it but needed some guidance. So, which was cool. But sweat was just pouring off of me. And on the way home I was talking to Michelle, and she's like, yeah, I really thought I was gonna pass out. She's like, from the heat. I'm like, I don't know. But surprisingly, my shoulder feels so much better. Like, I thought I'm gonna die. I mean, I was holding planks like crazy. She was big. Yesterday's mantra was about love, so the music was a little bit less, booty-ish. And there's a cop behind me. Get over. It was less like bassy and stuff like that. It picked up a few times, but she's like, it's gonna start out very lovely and then it's gonna turn to like, hooking up music. Her mantra was about love. It wasn't about whatever. It was about love and romance and things like that. So it was a little bit different, but it still got pretty intense. It was cut a little bit shorter than 60 minutes again. I don't know. I was dripping. And I really gave it, 110%, which makes me think of something. So on Saturday, when I was doing yoga, I was trying something. I can't tell you what it was because I don't remember. It might have been mountain climbers, or it was something in the cardio burst that I was doing. And I got this feeling in my stomach. It actually felt like I had a little bit of like a fire burning inside my stomach, low, like in my intestines, you know? And it made me think of that saying, you know, fire in your belly. Like, get that fire in your belly and have some drive, you know, to do something. But I'm wondering, people who work out, answer this for me, would you? Is that where that comes from? Like that feeling, like it was either I'm gonna throw up, and I've run like that, I've sprinted like that and got that deep low pain, like, oh my God, like I can't do this. It's not like a shortness in breath in my lungs. It's like this, it was a fire in my stomach. And I pushed through it on Saturday and I was fine. I got like through it. It's like an intense bout of nausea. It was so weird. That's never happened to me besides sprinting, like at the end of a race. It was just trying really hard. And I've seen people do it where they push really hard at the end past their, you know, where they really should go, and they throw up. Like I had I was like, I might throw up on Saturday. And thinking about it gives me a little bit of a flip in my stomach. I don't know. Is that just a metaphor, or does it actually come from having that actual physical reaction to something? I don't know. So I tried really hard. I pushed myself. Like I was looking over at the girls and they were not doing everything. And I did everything. Yes, I'm trying to like kick up to a handstand, and I'm trying to straddle up to a handstand. I'm not anywhere near those things yet, but I was very proud of myself. I was holding crow. I want to learn side crow, you know. I want to learn all these other, you know, do the chaturanga or whatever. I want to do that perfect. I want to start lifting legs, you know. So I'm excited. I'm getting stronger already, and I can feel it, you know. But when I got home, I will say this, a little awkward with me and Michelle, and I don't know why. I think it's because I'm having a problem with her daughter, and it's going to be a difficult thing to get through, but I think we're going to be okay. She said she would like to come back, so that's cool. And then I found out that there is a puppy yoga through the SPCA. I would love to do that. I'm sure it's nothing. This class is nothing like any other yoga class I've ever done. This is super intense. And I was trying to explain it to you, but there's really no explanation. Like, even if you watch the video, it's not like being there in 90 degrees, you know? And having someone tell you what to do versus, like, I don't know, when I did the yoga with Adrian, if it was just uncomfortable or too hard, I'd stop, you know. I never really pushed myself, and being in a class, you push yourself. So I got home from yoga and started cooking the dinner, and I was really nervous about that dinner, you guys, because man, I was worried about how much egg was in there. And I'm not a huge fan of turkey, ground turkey either, but I wanted to do no red meat, so because I just feel like it maybe will process faster in my stomach. I haven't noticed any relief like that. I'm actually noticing that my bowel movements are not as, I think Tracy mentioned something about it being all the fat in the diet, so then inversing my fat and protein macros might be an issue, and I think it's already an issue. Like, I'm getting a little bit constipated on my fasting days, and it's not like the nice soft piles that it was, and I really liked that. Everything's more formed, and it's like yesterday was like little pencil stuff again, and I hate that. So I'm gonna see, maybe get some avocados and maybe dial back the cheese a little bit. so much is all the cheeses I can eat. But I may have ate too much, especially on Saturday with all that pizza. Because there's cheese in the crust and cheese on it, and it's a lot of cheese. So Tate and I worked on science, and then dinner was ready. And I was really nervous about trying it. And I said, Derek, can you try it? Tell me, like, you know, what you think. And he's like, it tastes pretty eggy. I don't think you're going to like it. He said, it's good, but I don't think you're going to like it. And he's like, and it needs ketchup. In the recipe called for some sugar-free ketchup, but I could see what he was saying. But I had recently made that cheeseburger ring filling, and that was way more tasty than this. But I think it's because of the ground turkey. It had a little bit of a peppery taste to it. I definitely wanted ketchup on the side too. I wanted pickles and more onions, so I chopped up an onion real fine and chopped up a pickle and dumped that on top of my serving, and then added some sugar-free ketchup, and then I had 2 mini tortillas with some cheese spread on them. And the dinner, every bite, it grew on me a little bit. I didn't think it tasted eggy at all, actually. I was kind of shocked, you know, that it didn't. I bet if I would have used 8 eggs instead of 4 eggs and, you know, 4 egg whites, it would have been a little bit bad. But I didn't think it tasted eggy at all. It had a creamy texture. I just didn't like the turkey. Derek said the same thing. He said, I think it would be a lot better with some like fattier ground beef, and I 1000% agree. I did cook the bacon and then cooked the ground turkey in the bacon grease because I was hoping it would give it some more flavor. But I think that's what kind of made it peppery tasting. Because then I drained the fat off once I was done. And to ground turkey, it's like no fat whatsoever, you know. I think I would have enjoyed it more, but I ate it. I ate a serving. But like I was saying before yoga, I was just really hungry yesterday. Like, and I almost still feel it. Like, I don't think anything keto is going to satisfy what's going on right now with me, and I'm not sure why. I feel like I need a carb cycle, like one good, there was a study done on, was it prisoners of war? I don't think it was. That was about refeeding syndrome. It was a diet study, which they had everyone on a calorie restriction diet, men, hardworking men. And they would go out in the fields and they would work. And I think they gave them like 1,400 to 1,600 calories a day, well under what they needed. And they were losing weight. And then mid through the study, they gave them like a feast day. And it was massive amounts of carbs, and they let them eat, you know, all of whatever they wanted. I mean, I don't know what they provided. And this was back, I think, in the 50s, 60s, so food was different. But anyways, tons of carbs after they've been calorie restriction, you know, for so long. And they actually were up all night long peeing, so they were letting go of water, and they didn't have weight gain. I mean, I'm sure there were some, you know, outliers, and maybe it was 2 days to get it off because then they went right back to their diet. So there has been evidence of that carb cycling is actually good for you, and I feel like that's maybe where I am. You know, Saturday will be 6 weeks on keto. Sure, I haven't been perfect every time, but my carb count is usually under 100 grams of carbs, which is, you know, not a lot. And with the fasting, if you know, whatever, I try to be under 50 no matter what, and then I was trying for 20, but it's usually would fall between 20 and 50 grams because I'm always over on my carbs. I'm not perfect about that. I wish I could dial it in a little bit more, but like, you know, after those yoga sessions, I'm so fucking hungry. And I was already hungry going into yoga, which is, you know, was a little scary for me. I was like, oh my God, if I'm this hungry now. But I didn't get more hungry. I stayed that hungry. And I tried to eat what I could, proper nutrition according to plan. So I ate a good serving, but it was probably a true serving of the casserole. I didn't go for more. I probably had 2 tablespoons of sugar-free ketchup, which all that was fine, you know? And then I was like, well, I'm gonna take a bath because I was still sitting in my soaked crotch because I went right into helping Tate, so it was super gross. And I took a hot bath, and I sat with a bath bomb for quite a bit of time. And then I went upstairs and I microwaved the caramel brownie Built Bar, but not as long. I didn't want it to get hard on me, and a scoop of Cool Whip. And it was very good. Still not satisfying that hunger. Not really sure what that was about, you know? And then, of course, I'm like, I want something. And I was telling Derek, I was like, I just want something. And meanwhile, he's eating one of the giant bags of the mango Sour Patch Kids. So I had one of those, and then I went and looked through the candy, and I wanted to eat a piece of taffy, but the wrapper got stuck to it. And then there was these Macintosh toffees, like a caramel, and they were super delicious. So I had 2 of those, which, yeah, they were like 7 grams of carbs each. So 14 grams just in for 2 toffee, but I wanted something bad. Then I grabbed a handful of M&Ms, but I really wasn't feeling like chocolate. I don't know what it was, you know? And I was willing to let myself have nuts if that's what I wanted, but I didn't. Like, I don't know what I wanted. Then I was like, I want some potato chips or something. But I couldn't figure it out. So I had the handful of M&Ms and the 2 toffees. So when I put all that in, I'm sure I'm going to be well over yesterday. But today is an intended fast. And that could have been it too. Subconsciously worrying about that I'm going to be fasting today. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I feel like this week is way harder than last week. But I was chatting with Eileen around 10 o'clock, and I was like, I gotta go to bed. I'm exhausted. And Derek came to bed, and he was playing on his phone, and I just rolled over and went to sleep. So I was asleep before 11 and stayed asleep till 6 a.m. I said to Derek, I don't think I got up once. I might have gotten, now that I think about it, I think I might have gotten up once to pee, because I remember thinking, where's Layla? Because the puppy was in bed, and she was acting weird again today, clinging to my leg. Derek thinks that, you know, she's getting too many treats or too many, like, scraps from the table or something. I think she is having a problem with her digestion, so I don't know. But she did, like, once I got up at 6, she did go right outside and go to the bathroom, so I'm not sure. So I weighed in at 157.5. I gained 1.3, which in the grand scheme of things, I would be happy with. Obviously, I want no gain, a minimal gain. And for me, anything under 1.5 is kind of a minimal gain because I've seen such big, you know, gains. But I'm not happy because I didn't feel satisfied, and I'm not in a good space right now for a loss this week, which is frustrating. Because, like, you can look at your last week's weight, and I'm up right now. I'm up from where I was last Wednesday. And I have just a bad, like, I don't have a lot of confidence in my fasting capabilities this week. I don't know why. I'm not really sure why, you know? So I just gotta keep trying. Like, I want a Chick-fil-A sandwich. And I know how bad I felt after I did that the last time. And it makes me remember it in my gut. But I still want something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure what this is about. Oh well. I'm gonna keep trying because I don't want to mess up, but I just have a bad feeling that I'm just gonna go off off the rails, you know what I mean? Like, since you restrict, and then you just fall off the wagon completely, and I don't want that to happen. Maybe it's just hormonal, you know? Maddie is on her period, so I'm wondering if I'm like synced up with her. She actually says she eats more on her period than she does the week before. But I'm not sure. I mean, the smallest, tiniest bit of, that guy's smelling something all over the road, of a headache. I had my bang this morning, and I had small, like, average, solid, BMs, but they were just like, I don't know how to describe it. They weren't good. Like, it hasn't been good. And so I hope I go to the bathroom. I'm going to try to drink a lot of water today. And my electrolytes, I'm wondering if it's the electrolytes. But I don't want to change it, you know. I feel like maybe that helped me sleep or whatever. I don't know. I'm rambling. Somebody else is going to comment and say, just another woman rambling. That's what somebody said. Whatevs. So today is an active rest day. Weather's not too bad. I don't know what the temperature is. What's the temperature? I don't know. Stupid watch has got a different face on it. It's 36, but not breezy and sunny out. So Maddie's got ballet, but she stayed at a friend's house last night, so I have to go pick her up after work, and then she has to go to ballet, so that may impede the amount of time I have to take the dogs for a walk. But I'm hoping Tate, let's pray for Tate that he does good on his, he's taking his test right now. Yep. Check in. I'm gonna probably have pickle juice and electrolytes because I'm already like not feeling it. But I'm really grateful I slept and I got some poop out. So you can't be too mad, right? Well, you guys, the traffic is kind of ridiculous. What day is it? Tuesday? It is. It's Tuesday. Like, there's way too many people out here. I don't know what's up with them. They needs to get out of my way. There's salt all over the road, guys. And Derek texted me and he said that, he said something and I was like, well, when is it supposed to start? He said something about the snow. And he said that it's supposed to start tonight and tomorrow. So, let me tell you, I'm having a little bit of an issue right now. I think I sat in my sweat too long yesterday because I may legitimately have crotch rot. It burns. So I need to get home and change and see if I can fix my problem. I was just talking to Caroline and Eileen because I booked my flight to Ohio. I had this voucher and I wanted to use it. They got me for my money. I can't, nobody can find it, and I got taken advantage of, but whatever. So I got a flight out to Cleveland. I'm very excited. We're going to go Saturday to Monday and make it a little girls trip with just a 5K obstacle course race rafting. So I'm really excited. I love when plans are like concrete. I mean, obviously I could cancel everything, but that makes me feel like it's really going to happen. So I just need to get a hotel room and I am all set for my first Spartan experience. So that means that like kind of triggers me to say, well, you best get training. So I'm going to look into some training for these. I'm sure they have training plans. So I'm just going to kind of skim them and see if I can't, decide. I'm going to count and see how many weeks away that is. because I'm going to run a 5K every Sunday. Now I don't have a choice. Like the last 2 I've been kind of Starting this Sunday, I am going to run a 5K and try to improve on my time. And, 5K on Sundays, 3 days yoga, and maybe I can wrap at least one other like cross training day, like maybe learn how to do, push-ups and sit-ups and pull-ups and those kind of things, and then still take 2 active rest days. And still have to walk my fucking dogs. Annoying. It's 3:15. Your girl, guess what? Persic fast. Persic. I can't drink this in a drive. It's like all bumpy. I'm on my 3rd. This is my 3rd electrolyte. I didn't have anything else today. I had planned on making some tea and never did. I got busy, and then I was gonna drink some pickle juice, but I got busy too, so I just made electrolytes. About 3 times this morning I wanted to cheat and have nuts, and I had promised Eileen I would reach out if I felt that way. And she just teased me the whole time. She sent me gifts on like all these stupid nuts, no nuts, squirrels with nuts, all this shit. It did make me laugh out loud, and it got me through it. So that's the best thing I suggest. Definitely have somebody that you can hold yourself accountable to and can help you. I don't know how many hours I am in. I haven't been timing myself a lot lately. I don't know why. Probably like 16, 17, 18, 19. Like 20 hours. Yep. So we are approaching the mark that, getting through the hardest part. I think the first 24 is the hardest part, and then pushing. I just got to make it to lunch tomorrow, right? So yeah, I'm super excited. Got some plans, and I'm headed to pick up Maddie, so I actually have to drive past my house a little bit and pick up Maddie from her sleepover, and then she will have to come home and get ready for dance, and then I'll have to leave at 5:15 to take her to dance. But then hopefully Derek can get her and I can be done for the night. Tate has to study for his social studies test, and he said he did well with his reading test and his retake in science. Well, he thinks he did well. Won't be hard to do better than 40% or something. My muscles are getting a little tight. I'm sure it's because I, haven't been moving around very much today. So I don't think I'll be getting a walk in. I don't think. But we will see what time we get back with Maddie. And Layla was acting a little funny again. Panting and shaking and like rubbing, like walking right next to me with her like whole body weight against my leg. Like she wants to be stuck to you. And she did it with Tate, and then she did it with Derek too. So I'm not really sure what's going on with Layla. I have a feeling she probably ate something that's not passing in her stomach, but Derek wants me to call the vet. It's so weird though that she's perfectly fine sometimes, and then other times she's weird. I don't know. Her birthday's next month, 7 years old, on St. Patty's Day. So I don't know. Hope she's okay. Yeah, so after Maddie goes to ballet, I have to study with Tater and not eat. I still have to do my Spanish. I never did that. And I thought about doing my nails, but I'm going to push that to Monday. Give myself something to do on Monday. Friday's crazy busy for me. I have a massage massage after work. Then I have to pick up cookies for the cookie booth for Saturday and deliver them to the person who's setting up the booth on Saturday. And then Saturday I have yoga, and I need to go to the grocery store and do the cookie booth. So I really don't know what I'm doing all of that. Probably not going to happen. And I guess I could go to the grocery store tonight, but I'm just not really prepared to do that. And tomorrow is yoga. So I don't know. Do we need anything at the grocery store? Probably not. It's just what I do. And I haven't meal planned anything, so that's what I'm going to work on tonight. Oh man, Caroline's like, don't look at any food. But I didn't have a chance to look at that cookbook yet, and I really want to pick out some things for next week. I have no plan for Saturday or Sunday, and I was thinking, oh, Saturday or Sunday's Valentine's Day, maybe I'll make, because I got Derek, remember those oysters are going to be delivered on Friday, so I'm not sure if he'll eat them Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but I want to talk to him about it. And I was like, well, maybe I'll get us some nice steaks from the meat market. And I'm like, fucking not eating red meat this month. So I don't know, maybe I could talk him into taking me out to my favorite restaurant and getting tuna. I don't even know if we could get a table for Valentine's Day, but I wouldn't mind having tuna. I love that. Love that tuna. So I don't know what my plan is for this weekend, what meals to make. So I'll work on that, and I'm going to work on fixing my crotch rot. I hope. I don't want it to get any worse. It's burning right now. I hope don't have a UTI. I have been peeing an awful lot today, but I just chalked that up to fasting, and I been drinking a lot of electrolytes, so hope I didn't make my balance off. And I'll check in with you guys maybe later. I don't really know. If I have anything else to share, I will. Other than that, I'm hopeful that I'll make it through tonight. Have a perfect fast for you, and can get back on track, Need to go back to yoga. You guys, I get home, right? Okay, so I told you that I had to go get Maddie. Excuse me. I'm having a diet caffeine-free Pepsi because the bitch needs one. I went and picked up Maddie. How do you like those bright lights in my rear view? I went and picked up Maddie from her friend's house, and we had a little bit of a not a yelling match, but we got heated because I don't know, like, she mentioned casually to me last time about this new, she's kind of a newer friend. They've known each other a long time, but they're just kind of becoming friends. And she's the best friend of her best friend. So you know that there's some shadiness going on there, because the best friend, Michelle's daughter, is the one that she kind of leaves them out of everything because all she does is care about the boy. But I feel like some of this is just they're being vindictive. I don't know. I think they're both good girls, but I just have a feeling that, there's probably a lot of bashing going on, and I just worry about that. And then I also got a slight concern because she mentioned that the girl is bi. I think she's bi or something. I don't know. But she has a boyfriend, so Maddie's like, well, she has a boyfriend, so whatever. And I was just like, yeah, but isn't that kind of like, I would never let Maddie go sleep over at a boy's house. I don't care if they're friends or not. I just wouldn't allow it. Because I'm pretty sure Maddie's not. I mean, she doesn't think she is anyways right now, but I told her it's perfectly fine with me if she turns out to be gay. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is I don't think I should let her sleep over at somebody's house that is gay. Not that, because what if, like, they're experimenting or something. I don't know. I would never allow her to sleep over at boys' house, so I don't think I should let her sleep over at a gay girl's house, even if they're just friends. I don't know. So we got a little heated, and I wasn't trying to insult her or anything. I just said I don't know if that's something we should do. Anyways, I wouldn't let her sleep over at a boy's house that was gay either. I wouldn't, that just would not be okay. So I don't know. And then I had to drop my boots off at UPS because I need to return them and get a bigger size because I guess my foot is gigantic. And, or maybe the boots just run small. I don't know. I was a 7.5, like middle school, high school, and then my foot grew a little bit more. And then in college, I was like a comfortable between a 7.5 and 8, probably 8. And then after I had Maddie, then my foot got even bigger, and then after Tate, it got a little bit bigger. So I'm almost a 9 now. It's crazy because I was an adult in a 7.5. I guess I got fatter feet. Like my running shoes are 9.5s. I don't know why, but they always are. Anyways, I had to drop the UPS box off, and I get home with Maddie, and Maddie's like, "Mom, come look at my room." And the dogs had peed all over her bed and shit all in her closet. I could have killed my son, because all day long he's been telling me how great things are going, everything is good, and like you could smell it instantly when you got in the house. So I had to hurry up and clean that up. The dog groomer was coming supposed to be at 6 o'clock. It's only 5:30, but she texted me. She said, "Hey, I can actually come early. Is it okay? Like 4:15, 4:30?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm on my way home right now. It's going to be right around that time." So she doesn't get there till 4:45. And then Diesel proceeds to try to attack her. She's never met Diesel yet. And she had a hood on and a face mask on. And she was trying to take him from me. I think he just got, he got protective. But he literally tried to bite her several times. And she was like, "I don't know if I can, groom him." And I'm like, oh my God, he's usually crazy, but he's never actually really tried to hurt somebody. Oh my God. So then she had an idea like for me to bring him to the van with his leash and see Layla up there, which Layla hates it so much. She just shakes the whole time. But, they need to be groomed. They need their nails trimmed. Layla's a nervous Nelly no matter what she's doing. This is trying to protect her somewhat, So then I had to just now drop Maddie off at dance. I'm rushing back home to see if I can, be there before the groomer's done. And Derek's on his way home, so he's gonna lose his shit on Tate and he always says he doesn't want Maddie to go away during the week because we know Tate won't be good enough with the dogs. And I'm like, he'll be fine. Fucker. Made me so mad. I could have, made him, oh, the groomer's still there. I should have made him clean up the poop, but I know that would have been a fucking catastrophe. So I have dishes to do. The bark box came. I'm like, these fuckers get a bark box, but it's not the dog's fault. The dogs probably sat at the door and whined and whined and whined, and he was downstairs probably playing on his game. So that's frustrating. And I parked out in the yard, I guess too much in the mud, and I shot mud all over my car, which is great, and put a rut in the yard. And then I also so my car needs DEF fluid bad, and it needs to be filled up, and now it's muddy as shit and salty. So I'm having a great night, but Persic so far. 5:30, I'm doing it. Okay, the puppy and Layla are all cleaned up. They got a mail call today. You guys ready? They love it. What's in there? Oh, a pretty Valentine's Day box. What does it say? Dinner dates. You ready? What's in it? Ooh, hold on, Layla. Hold on. We got some ramen, watch out please. Some ramen noodle. It says, how ramen-tastic. No, how ramen-tic. It's got little directions on there. It says, hunk of burning love. It says how to cook it. Layla wants to try it. Then we got, what's this? I melt for you. This is Maine squeeze cheese. Hey, what do you got? What do you got? And then we got a pork recipe chew bar. Pork recipe chew bar, it says. Oinky jerky sticks, pink. And wakey soft bakes, bacon and oatmeal recipe. Which one do you guys want? You want the jerky sticks? They haven't even eaten their dinner yet. Oh yeah, look at this. Okay. They like their bark box. It's cute. This is super cute. You see? It's got cooking and instructions. It says, draw a hot, sexy bath for the ramen. Cook until ramen is hot and bothered. Go ahead and spice things up. Maltodextrin is in here. Love seasoning, monosodium glutamate. That's MSG. These people have such a good sense of humor. I love it. It says 100% MSG on it because that's what ramen is. Cancer in a bowl. Hey. You want to try one of these too? Oh, you already got that one. I think Derek might be home. He's going to be so pissed off at Tate. Ooh, what is this one? It's like a little, watch out. It's a little cookie with a heart. You want one? Here. Hit the road now, Jack. You don't want to eat it? Eat it. Okay, guys. All right. Very cool. Very, very cool. I like this. Is a grilled cheese, like connected with the cheese. So if you like that's your sandwich, and then you can pull it apart and you can play with it. And that's squirky. Is this one squeaky? I really like this. I think this is not a bad deal. Three treats and 2 squeaky toys every month. 2 bags of treats and usually a bar. So I'm gonna go cut this for them, and I just shampooed Maddie's rug, so less stress.